I get it when you're staring at a mountain of mud after a weekend hike with Max. You start wondering if there's a smarter way to give your dog a decent wash without turning the bathroom into a swamp. You're probably thinking about the price, the space it will take up, and the nightmare of buying something that just doesn't fit your routine. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. And I'm here to walk through the real-world pros and cons before you make that commitment. First off, the whole idea of a dedicated dog wash station feels a bit like buying a mini spa for your pet. The market is full of portable tubs, bathtub attachments, and even DIY setups made from kiddie pools. What sets a purpose-built station apart is the promise of a safer, less messy experience, especially when you have a big, enthusiastic dog or a senior that needs a gentle step-up. The hesitation most people feel is whether they're paying for a luxury they'll barely use, or if they're actually solving a recurring pain point. The KANIS Professional Dog Washing Station leans into that promise with a few thoughtful design choices. It's built from 304 stainless steel, which is the same grade you see in commercial kitchen equipment. That means it's resistant to the kind of rust that usually shows up after weeks of water exposure and shampoo residue. The frame isn't just a solid block. It incorporates a space-saving entry that lets the dog step in from a low side, which is a subtle but huge win for folks who don't have a walk-in shower that can double as a grooming area. What really catches the eye is the ramp. It's not a flimsy plastic piece that bends under a Labrador's weight. It's a sturdy, slip-resistant ramp that can handle senior dogs or large breeds who might struggle with a high lip. The ramp folds up when you're not using it, so you can store the station in a garage or a spare closet without it becoming a permanent fixture. If you've got a dog that's hesitant about steps, that ramp can be the difference between a calm wash and a frantic scramble. The adjustable floor grate is another practical element. It lets you raise the water level a bit, which is great when you're dealing with a thick coat that needs a longer soak. You can also lower it for a quick rinse, so you're not forced into a one-size-fits-all water depth. The grate's surface is designed to be pet-friendly, no sharp edges, no cold metal that could shock a nervous pup. In my own experience with a medium-sized border collie, the grate gave enough grip for his paws while letting water drain efficiently, meaning the station didn't become a puddle you'd have to mop up later. Now, let's be honest about the downsides. The unit is sizable. It measures roughly 4 feet in length, which can feel like a permanent addition to a small apartment's laundry room. If you live in a rental where you can't run a dedicated hose line, you'll need to set up a portable water source, which adds an extra step. Assembly isn't exactly plug-and-play either. You'll be dealing with a few bolts, a silicone seal, and aligning the ramp correctly. It's doable, but it's not something you can throw together in 10 minutes. Value-wise, the station sits at a price point that makes most people pause. However, consider the hidden cost of frequent trips to a professional groomer. A single full wash for a large breed can easily run $50 to $70, and those costs add up if you're washing weekly after muddy runs. The stainless steel build suggests a long lifespan. You're not looking at a cheap plastic tub that will warp after a season. If you're the type who washes your dog at least a few times a month, the math starts to tilt in favor of a one-time investment. So who should seriously consider the KANIS station? If you own a medium to large dog, especially one with a thick or long coat, and you find yourself battling mud, rain, or beach sand on a regular basis, this could be a game changer. Seniors or dogs with mobility issues will appreciate the ramp, and families that already have a designated utility room or garage space will find the station fits nicely without crowding the rest of the house. It also makes sense for professional groomers who need a sturdy, rust-proof workstation. On the flip side, if your canine companion is a tiny terrier that barely gets a splash in the bathtub, you might be over-engineering a solution. Renters without a permanent water hookup or those who only need an occasional wash maybe after a single hike might find a collapsible tub or a simple shower attachment more practical. The size and setup effort also make it a less attractive option for anyone who's short on storage space or who prefers a minimalist aesthetic. Bottom line, the KANIS Professional Dog Washing Station delivers on the promises that matter most to serious dog owners: a rust-proof body,